Hi, my name is Kaya Jeffries. I am 23 and I am from Rhode Island, but I live in Solon. I have a landscaping and home care business and I work at community care, sitting in on visits with kids who got taken away from their parents. I feel like my landscaping might help me as far as being outside, lifting things, working all day, walking all day. And community care might help me as far as talking to people. I have to play a leadership role with the parents and sometimes the children, make sure everyone's getting along, make sure the parents are doing the right thing. I have never seen Survivor. I've seen the first episode of Surviving Maine, but yeah, no, that's not me. A lot of the people coming here today will probably know a lot about Survivor, and when they find out that I do not, they might not take me as too much of a threat or take me seriously at all. So hopefully I can prove them wrong.
My name is Justin McCobrey. I am 39 years old and I'm from just south of Boston, Massachusetts. I run marketing for a tech company. As a marketer, you're trying to sell people a product that maybe they don't need, that maybe they don't want, maybe they can't afford. It's all about storytelling, about branding, and convincing other people that they need what you have. And so that is going to be my mission this weekend, trying to convince people that I have what they need. And I'm going to have to tell a pretty good story, I think. So my strategy going in, it's really going to depend on the people that I'm with. So, spoiler alert, I've played a couple of these games before. I feel like I'm going to go in with a little bit of a reputation, especially if people know who I am. So it's really going to depend on who the people are that are around me and if they're willing to play with me. I think I could be a good shield for people. I think people, especially if they know me, will know that I'm pretty loyal. Like every game I've played, I've picked a number one and I've rode that all the way to the end. You know, I'm potentially going to be a little bit of a Sandra Diaz Twine type story where it's like no one would ever let me get to the end and win again. Bring me, they'll never vote for me again. But as she said, I don't know about that, right? So fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. So I'm playing Surviving Maine, because I love this game. I have always said in every audition tape for CBS Survivor, like I would play this game if there was no prize money, if it wasn't on television, just because I love the game that much. And so these live games give me that opportunity. I also grew up in Maine, so I feel like I have a little bit of a home turf advantage, although I'm sure a lot of people here will be from Maine, so probably not that big of an advantage. But I was originally cast for this back in 2020, pre-COVID, so I've been itching to play this for 2 years. And I've just really enjoyed what I've seen of this game online, and it has a good reputation. I always like to try games that I think are going to be well run, and yeah, I'm just here to, have a cool experience. If I can get far again, great. And if I don't, that's okay too. I think I'm going to take as many opportunities to play this game as I can.
Hi. I'm Stephanie. I'm 34 years old. I'm a special education teacher from Weymouth, Massachusetts, and I'm here to play Surviving Maine. My occupation as a special education teacher is like what's going to really give me the skills I need. Every single day I work with kids, I have to explain things to them in a way that isn't what's typical presented to them information. So I have to kind of understand how people learn, how people think, and I use that to deliver information that meets their needs. So, I think if I have a plan and I need to do some convincing, no matter what people's perspectives are, I think I can deliver the information because I do it every single day. So I thought I had a ton of strategy coming into this game for the whole ride up, like 3.5 hours. I'm thinking all these things in my head, and then you start to realize, you get out of the car, you start seeing people, and it's like, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have to figure out who these characters are. I mean, I think I'm good at talking to people. I can talk to a wall. So, like, I'm sure I'll be okay socially and stuff like that. But I have never slept outside before. So this is going to be new for me, and it's a challenge, and I love the game, so I'm willing to do this. It's like my favorite game ever, so I'm ready to go. I have 1 million doubts and fears, and I'm wicked nervous, and I can't let anybody know how nervous I am because I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I'm terrified. of the wilderness. I learned how to make fire before I came here, so I'm like a little bit prepared. But sleeping outside, we're gonna see what happens. This is it. Let's see what happens.
I'm John. I'm 36. I'm from Chicopee, Massachusetts. That's the other part of the state from Boston there that a lot of people don't associate with. I am a paraprofessional, so I work with special needs kids in a middle school. Going into the game, my strategy is to try and be as cordial as I can to start off with, so that way I get everybody to be talking to me, because I don't want to be left out of the loop right off the bat. And once I get to know everybody, then I can try and figure out everybody else's strengths and weaknesses and then go from there. This is my first live game ever, so I'm worried about everything but excited about everything at the same exact time. I have no complete expectations, but I have all the expectations. I'm ready for anything, for the unexpected as well. Being a teacher, I definitely think people can be drawn towards me and my energy, because having to work with especially middle school kids and special needs kids, I gotta have the big bright energy all the time, every day, 24/7. Otherwise, they're gonna run me over. And I think it's gonna be the same exact thing here. If I don't come out with the energy, they're gonna want to chop me off right away.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm 25 and I'm from Rumney, New Hampshire. I'm a women's rugby coach. Women's rugby teaches you a lot about size doesn't matter, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And also just the tenacity of being able to get out there and hit people. I think kind of the same, you hit people hard with the vote sometimes in this game. I've played one other live game before this and I got medevaced. So I kind of want to prove to myself that I can survive the elements. My strategy is find someone who's really good at survival, because I know I'm okay at the game. So I'll find someone who's good at surviving and I'll help them with the game and they'll help me survive.
All right, my name is Larry. I am from Augusta, Maine, and I am 29 years old. I work as a CRMA at a senior living facility. I have to adapt to every type of situation when I work at a senior living home. You never know. We've got family coming in. We've got to interact with the residents that are living there. I've got to deal with my coworkers and their drama. So it gives me a lot of practice in this type of situation. I'm here because I love reality shows. I've been watching them since I was 10 or 11. I think I watched the first season of Survivor, but I've never actually done anything like this before. So my strategy is to lay low for the first half of the game, because I feel like if you overplay or play too hard, you're going to be a target. And then once the merge hits, if I'm still here, God willing, I'm definitely going to start playing harder.
My name is Mary Ellen Carrier. I am 46 and I'm from Rumford, Maine. I am an administrative assistant at a technical high school in Mexico, which is a town in Maine. I am here for this experience because I'm a huge Survivor fan. Never miss an episode on CBS. So once I found out that Maine was having one, I definitely had to take the opportunity to come out here and try it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Well, I work with the public and I work with high school students. So I think that would help me in my social game, just, communication and being around people. So I'm hoping once I meet my tribe, get a vibe of their personalities and see who I can align with best, form an alliance. Definitely going to have to look for idols, play hard, win challenges, and I'm going to figure it out from there.
Hi, my name is Matt Sullivan. I am 26. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, currently a resident of Kennebunk, Maine, and I am working in public health. I'm here because I'm a recent new fan of Survivor. During the pandemic, it was the thing that I latched onto as a new fun hobby to completely dive into. My first season was Game Changers, and there was a lot of queer people on there, and it made me kind of excited to see some people do some cool shit on TV. So I would love to see if I can do that here, but if not, make some fun friends and just have some fun. I think I really want to focus on making bonds. I think the early game is more focused on getting connections ready to prepare for the Narnian battle of the merge. And I focus less on aiming at specific targets. I think I want to gain group traction and try to see if I can finagle being in the middle of it later. I don't know.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm 36 and I'm from Vermont. Oh, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I just had my first baby and I take care of my little baby all day. I think being a stay-at-home dad is going to help me in the game because I'm already used to sleep deprivation and putting the needs of others in front of me. So hopefully my caregiving nature can really help me build alliances. So Surviving Maine was the first LRG that I actually watched. And so it was the one that got me really excited about the whole concept of, a little game in the week, over the weekend, a bunch of people, living out our dreams of being on Survivor in this really cool place. So my strategy is, at least in the initial tribe stage, is to always be part of the group, always be with the group. I feel like, especially in a fast game like this, what's going to happen is people are going to quickly, accidentally ostracize themselves. So whenever you're away from the group, you have the even if people don't necessarily get along perfectly, they're going to coalesce into a small group because it has to happen, right? You have to form an alliance, even if it's a tenuous one that could fall apart at any moment. Initially, you need to have that little alliance to just get through the first couple of votes, and then I'm open to working with anyone at any time. I'm happy to break allegiances, but I really want to immediately try and create really strong connections. I'm a little bit of an introvert naturally, so pushing myself to be more extroverted, to kind of be more gregarious and build stronger bonds quickly is really what I'm going to go for at the beginning.
Jessica Apple. I am 33 and I am from Winthrop, Massachusetts. I work as an account analyst for Liberty Mutual Insurance. As an analyst, I do assess risk very well, and isn't that what Survivor is all about, assessing the risk for everyone? So I think that helps move me forward in the game. I'm here for adventures. It's totally out of what I've ever done before. I mean, I do enjoy camping, I do enjoy the game of Survivor, but to be out here doing Survivor basically for a whole weekend in the elements is interesting, and I'm very excited, and I'm excited to get out, especially since we've had such a long time with the pandemic. We've been inside, cooped up. It's great to get to meet new people, get to play a game, and to be outside. I feel like my strategy is going to evolve as I play, as you meet the players, as you see what the challenges are, what advantages are kind of come to fruition. All these different elements really change the game as you play. So as much as I feel like I'm an introverted person, so I want to kind of not be that. I want to be more out there, make those relationships, put myself out there, get out of my comfort zone, and see where that puts me. Hopefully it puts me for a win.
So I'm Dan Flaherty. I am 25 years old. I'm from Beverly, Massachusetts. I've lived down there most of my life. I work overnight shifts at a Walgreens. I've been doing that for about 5 years now. Being able to work with the people that I manage at my work, I have to be able to communicate effectively, and then when it comes to customers, when there's an issue with them, I have to be a little succinct with my explanations of what's going on with them, and if they're a little irate, being able to diffuse the situation. I'm here because I have been a gigantic Survivor fan for a few years now. Not my whole life. I was a little bit of a late bloomer, but it's been such a big part of my life. My friendships that I've made, most of the most important people in my life I met through the Survivor community, and I'd like to see how I do in a live format. My strategy mostly is to be a bit of an open book. I think the more specific your strategy is going in, the less likely you are to pull it off. I mean, a big person I look at for that is Tori from season 42 of Survivor. She had the most specific strategy ever and just fell flat on her face immediately. For me, it's mostly just get to know everyone, figure out my one or two that I'll be most loyal to, and then everyone else just sort of be a little more fluid after that.
My name's Delaney. I'm 27 and I'm living in Portland, Maine. I bartend and I also work at a place called the Maker's Galley in Portland, and I'm their retail and art curator. I think the skills when it comes to bartending and waitressing especially are going to apply to the social and political aspect of the game. And also you have to be pretty quick-witted to do bartending to waitress, so I feel like that will carry over. I love Survivor, and I love being in the woods, and I love Maine, so this is pretty perfect.
I think I'm going to play it pretty quiet. At first, I tend to not market in my normal life, so I'm going to switch it up and kind of try and fly under the radar for a little, and then see where that takes me.
My name is Mike. I am from Buffalo, New York. I am 37 years old, and I am a 7th grade English teacher. So being a teacher, I have a lot of skills that I think have developed from managing 12-year-olds all day long. I know how to talk to people to get them to do what I want them to do. Try getting a 12-year-old to read a book. Try getting a 12-year-old to do a math assignment. I think that skill is useful in this game because I can get people to kind of do things that they didn't anticipate wanting to do or having to do. But they'll do it for me because I have this charm that I think tends to get people to trust me in a way that gets them to think that what is best for me is also best for them. So as a teacher, I tell kids like, oh, this is going to be good for you because da, 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 da. So really just using that to my advantage with adults. I think a detriment to being a teacher is that I tend to get very frustrated with adults because if kids can do the things that I'm asking them to do, then I don't understand why adults can't do it. So, following rules and really just, being good people. So I do get frustrated with adults more than kids, which is an interesting kind of side effect of my job. I've played Buffalo Survivor, but I've also directed and edited a couple of the seasons. So I've had some firsthand visual knowledge of how live games work and how people play them and what I would do and wouldn't do. One of the things I usually do when I play this game, or when I get a chance to play this game, is try to find my one person, just that person that's really going to be my make or break. Give me all the information that I need, kind of do some digging in groups that I'm not maybe a part of. But also, one of the big things that I have stuck to is don't tell anyone anything. And so it's just so funny that when you watch people play this game and the minute they tell somebody something, it's like, oh my God, everybody knows now. And it's like, oh, why did you tell anybody? So I have no interest in telling anybody, even my closest ally. That strategy might change. I don't know. Maybe I'll find myself in a situation where I have to tell somebody, but I've never felt like that's always needed. So I think I'm going to try to keep things very close to my chest, but try to make people believe that I'm telling them things.
Hi, my name is Trisha. Oh, I'm 37, and I'm from Orange, California. So right now, I'm not currently doing anything for a living. I guess I do DoorDash from time to time, but I'm in between careers. I used to teach sociology at a college in Connecticut, and in a couple months, I'll be starting a master's program so I can become a therapist. And so I think, how is that going to help me in this game? Well, sociology is the study of society and people, and so I think that might help me. It's group specifically, so I can think about like the group dynamics. And the therapy, which I haven't learned yet, is about individuals, and so maybe I can see people. I'm here to have fun. Also, I feel like it would be a really cool experience. Like it's a once in a lifetime thing for me. I'm in between these jobs. I'm kind of old. This is not going to happen again. And so, I like Survivor. I wouldn't call myself a super fan, but I have a couple friends who are really into it. And they told me about it. I was like, cool, that sounds fun. I think going into it, just like get a lay of the land, see how people are, just be like really open and see what happens. And then I think I'll play it by ear.
Hey everyone, I'm William Hermann. I'm from Dover, New Hampshire, and I'm 26 years old. I am a videographer for a marketing company in Dover, New Hampshire, where I craft video marketing strategies for lots of local brands and medium-sized companies. And so I like to do a lot of work with strategic marketing, specifically with video. Well, I talk to people a lot. I try to find the best things in companies and bring them to light and package them out nicely to display to people. I think a lot of those skills that I naturally have that bode well for me in that job will bode well for me in this game, because I naturally can identify a lot what people have going for them and what people, don't have going for them, and use that to my advantage or use that to their disadvantage.
I love the game of Survivor. I actually became a fan of Survivor through the LRG community, so I love playing these things. However, this is only my second game. I've played a good handful of online games, but I haven't played a live game since 2019. An interesting story to look out for is that the first game that I played was Survival Challenge Season 7, which Justin has also played, which I just saw him walk by, so that'll be an interesting story to follow. I thought about what it would be like if I ran into someone that I've already played with, and victoriously, I was very savage in my first game. I outed every single person that I had any single connection to. I'm looking to not do that this time, and I'd like to make sure that me and Justin both have a great game, and I at least stay on the low till merge. Overall, my strategy for the game is every game of Survivor is different, whether it be Survivor the show, Survivor the game in person, Survivor the online version. It doesn't matter. Every game is different, and it comes down to the cast of people. So my job for the first few rounds at least is to identify what game of Survivor I'm playing and to watch what the cast of people are bringing and what they want. Are we looking for harmony? Are we voting out people who are not gelling well with tribe? Are we voting out people who are big threats? I don't know yet. I'm going to identify. I'm then going to play into what everyone is looking for to keep in this game while making moves that aren't necessarily easily identifiable. I want to make sure that I don't have big advantages or even idols. I'm ready to give idols to people for trust. I would rather have trust than an idol, because big moves and big advantages makes you a target, which gets you set home before the end. So I'd really like to have my fingerprints throughout the entire game without me needing any big moves or big advantages.
My name is Samantha. I am 27 years old and I am from Lisbon Falls, Maine. I currently am an accounts payable person with a bunch of other accounting responsibilities also. Coming from customer service, I know how to deal with a lot of people and just smile and yep, you're right, sorry about that, I'll get that fixed or whatever. And so I have that personality to be able to fix things. I am playing here because my best friend forced me to. I have played, this will be my 4th game that I played. The most recent one my last one was in South Africa, and I came in 3rd. I would have won if they didn't go to final tribal field. Yep, I was on the same tribe as Wendell. Wendell actually helped me get as far as I did in the game because he gave me a lot of pointers. And I'm going to take those pointers and try to put them into play here. And one of the biggest ones was, even if you know that you don't like somebody or you know that you're not going to get along with somebody and you have 2 personalities are going to clash, get over it. And you need to talk to everyone all the time and don't leave anyone out.